From the time an American child reaches the 6th grade, they are taught that the key to success in life is to do well in high school so that they can get accepted to the best possible college. The better grades they get in high school, the better college they will have an opportunity to get into. They are taught that if they get into a great college and get their college degree, any type of job they desire in the field of their choice will be there waiting for them. After getting their dream job, they will be able to buy any car and house they desire, start their own family, and live the American dream. Most Americans today have an expectation of future economic success simply by obtaining a college degree. The entire purpose of elementary school is to prepare students for high school, and the entire purpose of high school is to prepare students for college. In fact, the U.S. now has hundreds of private college preparatory high schools that, at a cost of $25,000 per year, are supposed to increase students' chances of getting into a top-tier college. Students are taught to believe that if they don't go to college, they will be on a path to nowhere and will have no chance of ever building a successful career. Government regulations like No Child Left Behind have left grade and high schools in shambles. Instead of teachers having the freedom to think outside the box and use creative techniques to prepare their students for the real world, they are forced to be narrow-minded and teach with worthless information that will never help their students have successful careers. Today, there are no high schools left in America that teach students the knowledge necessary to start their own business, invent their own product, or even how to use the internet and other free resources to become educated about things without attending college. The annual cost to attend the average private four-year college in America today is $27,293, up 29% from 5 years ago during the 2005-2006 school year when the annual tuition cost $21,235. This does not include the cost of textbooks, which have tripled over the past decade. Colleges are now charging $200 for each single textbook that has no resale value because they put out new, slightly revised versions with a new name each year. The textbook publishers are even colluding with college bookstores to make custom textbooks so that students can't save money by buying them online. Colleges are getting kickbacks from publishers in order to destroy the used textbook market, which by itself is proof enough that college administrators are only interested in lining their own pockets and have no interest in helping their students.
Little girls are going from toddlers to teenagers with just about nothing in between.
I think there's a real compelling argument to be made that it's priming them for sexualization when there's just one form of play that they do for 3 years, and it's all about being the prettiest of them all and the fairest of them all. That becomes problematic. It goes really quickly from being the prettiest little girl to needing to be the hottest little girl.
We have to become bustier at an earlier age. We have to be very skinny at an earlier age.
We targeted the 10 to 13-year-old age group, and very quickly we found that this was too late. Now we work with 9-year-olds, and it's so important because at earlier and earlier ages, girls are pressured to be adult. They're not allowed to be kids for long anymore.
If you're 13 today and you are an adolescent needing to figure out what it means to be female, and you're going to sift through all that's on offer by the culture, you only have one way of being female, the kind of Britney Spears, Paris Hilton image, which is this hypersexualized view. You have to either buy into that image or you're going to choose invisibility for yourself. And you know what? It is developmentally out of step with adolescents to choose invisibility.
Boys are completely steeped in this culture where girls' sexuality becomes a performance, and it distorts their view of what they're supposed to want and what they're supposed to look for in a girl.
The boy I was sexting was in grade 8. He thought it would be funny if he'd send it to 10 of his friends. My heart just dropped. I was like, how many people have seen me like this?
Adults do so much hand-wringing because they look at individual girls and oftentimes their parents and say, how could you do such a thing? Why would you do such a thing? And it's not shocking to me at all. I mean, if you look across our culture, everything is saying promote yourself, flaunt yourself, exhibit yourself. If young people weren't picking up on that message, they're missing the dominant mainstream message to young people today.
Girls are just growing up so quickly, and boys are, and everyone's looking at porn now because it's so available to everyone, and the romance is still there.
Yeah.
There's no romance.
It's mind control, mind control, corruption of your thoughts, yeah. Destruction of your soul.
Childhood culture has changed dramatically.
Kids, this is a toy you've got to have.
Look at the fun Debbie and Andy are having with these realistic ride-em toys.
Although it's true there was advertising to children back in the 1950s, the 1960s, even in the 70s, the amount of it was very confined in comparison to today.
You want to get a sling cheese.
From the time children come into the world, everyone's trying to make them a consumer.
Kids are being marketed to through brand licensing, through product placement, through viral marketing in schools.
We're going to get new equipment and stuff, and McDonald's people are going to give us money.
There's DVDs, there's video games, there's the internet, there are iPods, there are cell phones where you can download video.
Watch videos, catch cast interviews, interact with a favorite Wildcat.
There's now ad for books, and there are ad for songs.
Not just ads, not just games, they're adver games.
Hotels are marketing to kids, and car companies are marketing to kids, even airlines, are marketing to kids.
We're sending one lucky winner to Hawaii, courtesy of Hawaiian Airlines.
Kids have far more influence today, and it adds up to about $1 trillion every year. That's a big business.
What we have is the rise of 360-degree immersive marketing, where you try and get around the child at every aspect, at every avenue.
They go into supermarkets with them and film exactly how they look at a product, pick it up, put it back down, the way they move around a supermarket. They film them on the playground. They film them in school. They film them eating breakfast. They film them going into their closet and deciding what to wear.
What are the things that you need that aren't in here?
I need a lot of...
They film them talking to their friends. They organize little friendship circles and film what they're doing. They even follow them into the bathroom. It's creepy. It's just absolutely creepy.
Their goal is to insinuate their brands into the fabric of children's lives.
Can I help you?
Yeah, here to see this?
Go ahead.
So the philosophy becomes cradle to grave. Let's get to them early. Let's get to them often. Let's get to them as many places as we can get them. And our goal is not just to sell them products and services, but to turn them into lifelong consumers.
Touch me, my Jimmy Choo flip-flops. Where is my pink Prada tote? I need my Tiffany hairband. Then I can go out low.
We're creating a future generation of super consumers.
I want more.
That's the basic consumer identity. It's shallow. It's about me now, and it's about me and these things.
They're at the time in their life when they're forming kind of all their values and attitudes. They're in the formative stages.
Shit, I impress myself sometimes.
There's really a clear, very extreme division between what boys learn and what girls learn. Boys are tough, strong, ready to fight. And girls, they need to be pretty, sexy, and how they look determines their value. It objectifies both of them.
I mean, where did she find that outfit? Like Ugly Are Us?
More like Ugly Are Her.
We are so funny. And pretty.
I love us.
We need, in a proactive, forward-looking way as a society, to say, how is this changing us? How is this changing our environment? How is this changing our society? And do we want this?
We need to look at this as a systemic problem, look at this as a societal and a cultural problem, and say we need to protect children from corporate marketing.
We're the only industrialized country in the world that really doesn't have a policy about this.
What does that mean for our future, for our well-being, and for their well-being?
1 in 3 children born in the year 2000 will develop diabetes.
Children and a high blood pressure.
Obesity.
Type 2 diabetes.
Antidepressants for children.
Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
ADHD. There is going to be a health care crisis, a concrete health care crisis.
Life expectancy of kids today will be shorter than that of their parents. The first such decline in modern times.
At what point should children and families take precedence over corporate profits?
We have become a country that places a lower priority on our children's emotional, cognitive, social, even spiritual development than it does on training them to be little consumers.
This is a lot more than about selling products and services. This is about the direction in which we are going as a culture, as a society, and as human beings.